Followed Willa after your meeting.
And what did she do?
Went straight to the airport. Took the first flight out. She didn't make contact with Ward, though.
Are you sure?
Well, hello.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby. I'm so glad you're back.
It's wonderful to be back.
Let me get that for you. You know Mark, don't you?
Yes,
All right.
of course. Thank you.
Let me get that for you.
So, what was it you were just saying about Ian? Were you able to find proof that he's not Dylan's father?
Ian, do you have a minute?
For my son? Always. What can I do for you?
Well, you're always saying that your only interest is in helping people.
Huh?
Is that true?
Well, it's been my life's work, showing people how to better themselves. I'm not quite the monster people make me out to be.
Then prove it. Help Paul Williams. Save his life.
You think he's listening? Your boss, I mean.
He's always listening, Michael.
I realize that they just don't hand out miracles, but, still, you'd think if anyone's prayers would be granted, you'd have the inside track.
And how do you know they haven't been?
Paul's not getting any better. No donor has been found. So if you have any in with the man upstairs, I'd say now's the time to use it.
I thought you said you were going to be the big hero and save Chief Williams all by yourself. What was it you said? Take these worthless genes that I passed down to you and make them count for something? So, why aren't you?
I can't be a living donor because of what happened during the war. I was wounded in Afghanistan. I had a splenectomy, and now the doctors are worried that the surgery, that my body couldn't handle it. But if you're a match, you could donate.
Why do you think I'd be a suitable candidate?
Because my blood type is AB negative. The same as Paul's, which means there's a good chance yours is too. Come on, at least get tested. It's a chance to finally do one decent thing in your life. You can save Paul.
Sorry, son. Afraid I can't help. Although I do wish the man luck.
So why did you shoot that investigator out of here so quickly? Was Ian's ex-wife telling the truth about him not being able to have children?
Baby, don't you get involved in this kind of thing. I don't want you to be upset. It's not good for you.
How
Now,
can
come on.
I be calm when we could be losing Paul at any second?
Listen.
If Dylan is his son, they both need to be told.
For your information, Willa did not contact Ian Ward, all right?
So she must have been telling the truth then and wanted to get out of town before Ian found out.
Well, she made it up. Whatever. Perhaps she just took the money I gave her and hightailed out of here before Ian Ward realized that she was spreading a lie.
So, in other words, you gave her a big wad of cash in exchange for what? We still don't have any proof that Ian isn't Dylan's father.
I'll find the proof.
How, Victor?
Darling, will you stop worrying about that? You're hardly home. You're already worried about that. Leave it up to me. I don't want you to be stressed.
I know.
Okay.
Hey.
What's wrong?
I made the mistake of trying to appeal to Ian's sense of humanity.
What sense of humanity?
Exactly.
What were you, hoping he would do?
Well, I wanted to see if he would get tested, to see if he shared the same blood type that Paul and I do. If he did, he could donate and save Paul's life, but naturally he refuses to lift a finger.
Okay, listen, Paul is on a transplant list. They can still find a match.
No. Stitch says that he doesn't have a lot of time. Paul needs a transplant today.
I have somewhere that I need to be, okay? But, Avery, if you want to talk about the case...
Yeah, I'll call you.
All right.
You must think I'm an idiot for talking to Ian. My father's proven over and over that he's only out for himself.
I think you're wonderful for trying to help Paul. Especially if it means trying to be civil to someone that you despise.
What if it's Paul's last shot? There may not be anybody left to help him.
Nick, I asked you not to involve the police, and yet you did.
Everything we know about Mariah proves she's a liar and a thief.
Sharon, I don't want to see you hurt again.
People change.
You need to stop acting like this is our chance to get our daughter back.
I am not trying to replace Cassie.
Really? How come you were so determined to help her then? Why'd you even have to bring her back here?
Because Mariah needs help. She needs someone to lean on. She doesn't have any family.
Well, it's not gonna be us.
Well, the luggage is upstairs. It's time for you to settle in and unpack.
Darling, I'm trying to be patient, but you're making it so difficult. How are you going to get the truth out of Ian?
Baby, will you stop worrying about this? I'll take care of Ian Ward.
Victor.
What?
Do you happen to remember why I left in the first place? You were doing things behind my back that you knew that I wouldn't
My sweet
approve
love,
of.
I don't want you to worry about this. I will take care of things. Choose me. Leslie.
I stopped by the club to see Nikki, but...
Oh.
Hi.
Please come in. There she is.
I am so sorry to stop by so late, but I really need to speak with you.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'll leave the two of you alone, okay?
Thank you, darling. Please, come in.
Okay.
You seem upset. Is everything all right?
Well, first of all, I want you to know that I have dropped Ian as a client.
Wise move.
Now, while I was representing him, he told me something in confidence. Something that you should know.
Wouldn't the attorney-client privilege prohibit you from telling me?
I could be disbarred for even mentioning it, but I can't, in good conscience, keep this to myself any longer.
Well, please, go ahead.
Ian can't have children. He has known all along that Dylan isn't his son. You don't seem surprised.
Oh, we had heard something about that, but you just confirmed it for me. Actually, Paul is Dylan's father. And now he may die without ever knowing the truth.
Victor. What a pleasant surprise.
So all this time you knew that Dylan is not your son.
Not my son. Whatever gave you that idea?
Your ex-wife told me that you were sterile. Isn't that something?
That woman. She'll say anything for the right price.
And so would you.
I started to suspect that Ian was lying when I found out that Dylan and Paul had the same blood type. AB negative, it's very rare. Only 1% of the population has it. And Ian's ex-wife confirmed it by telling us that Ian can't have children at all.
Yeah, I just saw Dylan at Crimson Lights. He doesn't know about any of this, does he?
Oh, God, no. I already turned his life upside down once. I'm not going to do it again without proof.
Oh, well, now you have proof.
How do you know Ian wasn't lying?
Well, after he dropped this on me, I did some digging just to make sure that it wasn't another one of his mind games. Turns out Ian was involved in a paternity suit.
Let me guess, some poor, misguided follower of his.
Well, the woman named him as the father on her child's birth certificate and was suing him for support. The judge threw out the claim after Ian's doctor submitted documentation that proved that he couldn't have fathered that child, or any child. He was in an accident in his early teens, which left him unable to have kids.
Who's to say Ian didn't pay the doctor to say that?
He could have. But I spoke to the doctor myself, and his story, it checks out.
So, that can only mean one thing.
Dylan can be told. And Paul, too. He deserves to know he has a son, whether or not he can hear you.
Dylan's paternity wouldn't even be an issue if Nikki hadn't been a little more selective in the company that she kept.
Whoa. Be careful now, okay? I'm gonna make certain that you pay for every rotten thing you've ever done or said to her.
I pay. Let's see. You already had me beaten up. You already messed with my business, my livelihood. What's next, Victor? Huh? You gonna put out a contract on me?
You ain't seen nothing yet. Watch your back.
I just lit a candle in the chapel for you. I have no idea if it will do any good. But, figured it can't hurt. At this point, I'd do just about anything to get you the hell out of this bed. Christy needs her husband back. I need my friend.
Me too. Oh, Michael.
Oh, no. I know.
Is there any change at all?
I wish I had some good news.
I just spoke to Paul's doctor. Could you get Christine? I think she's down the hall in one of the rooms. She's getting some rest.
Why? What did the doctor say?
Paul's condition is deteriorating. It may be time to deliver last rites.
Oh, no. No. Oh, no.
Ian, thank God. I need to talk to you or I am gonna explode.
Why? What's going on?
I know that you told me to stick to Sharon, but it's kind of hard when the entire town hates your guts, you know?
I know you're tired of feeling like an outcast. I do understand that. But you can't quit now, kiddo. You just have to be patient. Not everyone is against you.
Oh, really? Well, who's on my side?
I am, for one. And that's all you really need.
Last rites?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I'll find Chris.
Yeah, I'll try to get hold of Heather again.
No, Paul. You cannot go. Not now. Not when you have so much to live for. Listen to me. You and Christine are gonna have that baby. And even though Heather is far away, she still needs her dad. And we all do. We all need you so much. Especially your firstborn son. Yes, Paul. Dylan. He's your son. Dylan is your son.
Next, on The Young and the Restless.
You did feel the same things I was feeling, didn't you?
Tell me everything you know about Mariah, please.
You let me think that you were Dylan's father and you knew all along that was impossible.
What?